Ma'am, need your ID, please.
This is not a stop and ID state. I'm not giving y'all my ID. I have nothing to do with y'all stopping a driver for no tags.
Well, the thing is here, he is going to write him some citations. It's potentially going to go to court.
That has nothing to do with him going to court. Has nothing to do with me.
If want to ID you and you're a potential witness that will be called to court.
I'm not going to be called to court over a tag on the car. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. I know my rights. I know my rights, sir.
This officer is going to try and get a woman in the passenger to give up her rights. Here's what she does.
Why do I have to give you my ID?
Because you're a potential witness on this.
Potential witness on what? I have nothing to do with him being stopped for driving.
You're in the vehicle right now.
I have nothing to do with it.
Would you like
I know
to
my
testify
rights.
For him
No, I would not. Nope.
No?
Nope.
Why are you being so uncooperative?
I'm not being uncooperative. You're not going to
stand.
You're not going to stomp on my rights, sir.
We're not stomping on your
you
rights.
are stomping on my rights. You have no reason to run my name, and you're not going to. No, you don't.
Because you're potentially involved
I'm
in some
potentially sitting in the passenger seat, not driving. You stopped him for a driving charge, sir. Sir, I'm not going to argue with you about it. You're not going to stomp on my rights. I have nothing to do with that.
Well, you do because you're in the vehicle.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
No, it does not.
It does.
No, it does not.
It does.
No, it doesn't. And I'm not going to give you my ID.
We've gone over this previously. Unfortunately, this cop in the state of Illinois tries abusing his power and deceiving this woman into IDing herself. In short, she doesn't have to.
That's ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous. I know my rights. And you know my rights. That's why you're not forcing me to give you anything.
Not yet.
You're not going to, neither. You won't, neither. No. You won't neither.
Well, potentially.
Potentially you won't.
If you want to ID yourself,
I ain't got nothing to do with a traffic stop. I have nothing to do with a traffic stop. No, sir, I do not. I have nothing to do with a traffic stop. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't even know. I don't even know why you're trying to argue with me about it.
Because there's usually a reason why somebody won't identify themselves.
Well, I mean, I know
it's because have you not had anyone like check you on your knowing people's actual rights? You've never had that happen? Do you not watch auditors or anything? Fourth Amendment.
Bingo. Even if they hate them, they educate us.
Certainly don't watch shows on police work. I do it for over 20 years.
Well, then you need to, sir. You need to watch because you
guys
really think have
the shows are correct. And
all right.
Oh no, I know they are. You just want to make sure I don't have warrants, and that's
your opinion.
That's the truth of the matter. That's the truth of the matter.
I'll see y'all when y'all bring my paperwork. I'm good now.
You see how he walked away?
And she is right. Robert J. Callahan, a criminal defense attorney in Chicago, Illinois, prints on his website the following. Driver. When a car is pulled over by the police, the driver must show identification. The alleged traffic violation gives police reasonable suspicion to force you to provide identification. Basically, they have the right to investigate whether or not you hold a valid license to be able to drive a car. Seems fair. However, passengers in a vehicle during a traffic stop do not have to provide ID or information if there is no reasonable suspicion that the passenger is engaged in a potential crime. For example, if you are in your friend's car and they get pulled over for speeding, with those facts alone, you don't have to ID or provide your info to the ticketing cop. However, if you're in your friend's car and he gets pulled over for speeding and, for example, there's a smell of ganj, you got to provide your ID or info to the police. The smell of it gives the officer reasonable suspicion that anyone in the car could be involved in criminal activity. Traffic stop alone, no duty for a passenger to provide ID/info. Traffic stop and reasonable suspicion linked to passenger. Passenger must provide ID/info. Remember your rights during a traffic stop. The right to remain free from unreasonable searches, the right to remain silent, the right to withhold consent to a search, the right to challenge the constitutionality of a stop, the right to an attorney if the passenger is being charged with a crime, the right to challenge reasonableness of searches.